Okay. Blanche sarai.
The graffito has been painted over the traces of the fight that took place here. It smells of blood and heavy fuel oil. This was Cindy the Skull. The lieutenant crouches, touching the fuel oil with his finger.
Thank you. Grazie. Ah, ma sei tu! Come stai? Grazie per il follow.
Looks like it, yes. And blood. Some of it is even yours.
C'è ancora il mio sangue.
Heavy fuel oil. Isn't that
Posso?
flammable?
Ma sì, tanto ormai.
The fuel oil catches fire immediately with a low hiss. A bright orange flash across the surface of the lettering. The falling snow turns to vapor above. The lieutenant has taken a small step back. He looks at your face illuminated by the flames and nods silently. The flames warmed him too. Not at all in a bad way.
Let's go to that island.
Slowly, the flames subside, the fuel burning out. The air still smells of mazout and springtime.
Non so se cambiano un po' di ora.
Mon Dieu, you set it on fire. What kind of a policeman are you? That's nice. Better somehow.
Andiamo a fare un'altra figura di merda con la centrale.
Inside, you see a set of steering levers, a radio microphone.
This is Precinct 57.
Something is wrong. Only static, hiss, no reply.
It's been this way for a while now. My guess is the Union is listening in on our conversations. It only happens when someone mentions the attack. The rest is unaffected. No more dangerous than stepping between 3 armed mercenaries and 8. I don't like it either, but that's the way it is. The streets seem... You can try calling again.
They're shutting you up. Silencing. Everything sounds okay. No drumbeat of total war yet. In the cabin, you see a...
My man, you're alive. Almost. Kind of. Sort. Man, what a day. I missed out on most of the action, but I heard it. So what's next? You guys heading back to Jamrock now? Talk is local union muscle were behind it all. I'd reckon the case is closed, even if it kind of turned into a shit show. Good luck with that, my man. Ain't easy being... Okay.
Is it wise to share information about... The lieutenant throws you a quick... What are you doing?
Oof, good on her. And good on you, too. And she didn't do it. Believe me, if it's something bad...
He's relieved.
All right. That's enough sharing details about the...
Everyone says you started crying in the middle of a firefight and then bled like a pig. I guess that was cool. People, they say you'd kind of died for a moment, that you let your shit out already, but then came back. So I just don't think because you got half your dick shot off and you're an invalid now. Kuno doesn't reward weakness. It's business as usual with Kuno. Kuno's cold like that.
Feels good for some reason.
Watch out, pig. It's a dangerous world out there, but Kuno's got his eyes on you. Who knows?
Oh. Tutto bene? Dovrò tenere il microfono più vicino, che non ho voglia di alzare la voce. Ah, ok. Non ne voglio parlare. Tu come stai? Tosto. Solito? Solito ok. Esther sta facendo la brava. Mi raccomando, tiragli un colpetto in testa anche da parte mia se fa il... No? Allora tirare un colpetto da parte mia. Se fa la bulla.
Oh, it's you again.
Sì,
Are you
solito.
looking for a die? Excellent. That will be 10 rare. This was an especially fun set to make.
Magnetici.
Dazzling. It's like you have a pair of tiny disco balls in your hand.
I'm sorry. I'm a bit overloaded.
Non so quanto mi servono a sto punto. 100 facce. Grazie. 100 facce, una palletta praticamente. Guarda la scheda mappa nel diario per vedere quali segni sono aperti. La finestra si è aperta. Allora, penso vado diretto dove devo andare. Non ho molta roba indietro, penso, da fare ormai. Never forget. Ma... Così a caso.
Our tenant, the policeman. Even I can see that. I told you, though I suppose you took the worst of it. Turns out you were your own ill omen. I'm not sure those were the last of the men with guns.
Then we'll be ready.
Officer Harry, what happened?
You're not limping. You're you.
Is this from the shooting in town? We heard gunshots.
There was an exchange of fire on a rue.
You didn't only get shot.
Of course. That won't be a problem. Its wind's still and the tar just dried. We've got to... If you promise to bring it back, and no scraping the hull.
Of course, ma'am.
Aye.
The crow's feet disappear from the corners. Hasn't been there herself. Who has then?
My husband used to drink there. Him and his drinking buddies. Always seemed like a bad place to drink. The kids sometimes go there too. I know they do, on rafts. The twins. God forbid they bring the girl along and...
Can we maybe ask your twins about that?
Be my guest. They've a strange way of talking. Well, most of it's sunken. Underwater. That means concrete underwater. Cut your boat if you're...
Aye, aye, Captain.
Please be conservative with the fuel.
The scruffy-haired little boy.
And that iron. That's, nothing. It's just a seafort and some plants. You can take a raft there. It's great. And we make a fire. We make a fire. Mm-hmm. Gather the sticks for the fire. and bullets. Or not real bullets, and
Bullet shells. There are a lot of them left over from the war, but this could be important.
I don't know what those are. They're lights. The fire guy comes and asks us to put the fire out.
Your nerve endings sting from the mention of they must mean a human being on that island.
No. Yes.
Let's go with yes.
Because he asks to put the fire out. I don't know. He doesn't like it. He don't like people to be there. You shouldn't go. Yes.
Because he doesn't want to be found. Smoke traces.
I don't know.
Did you mean there are electrical lights?
Yes. No, he doesn't live there. No, he lives there. Been there twice, 2 times. He doesn't live there. He isn't there sometimes.
Anything else? What does this guy look like?
I don't know. We ran. He just yelled we shouldn't be there. Our father killed himself. Don't say that, he didn't. I don't know. Doesn't even have anything to do with this, you. Father isn't the fire guy.
The two things are unconnected.
There's
Lights, fire guy. We should check up on that island.
A skiff with a small steering engine in the... Once you get in, that's it. One pull of the starter handle. Have you made all the necessary preparations? Remember what the net picker said. It's a small tank. You won't be going back and forth on this.
What? Fine. Let's blast SAD FM then.
SAD FM is a radio station
Want to be free. Want to be free. It will last forever. Eternally. Want to be
The boat comes to a slow stop. The lieutenant turns the engine off. In the silence, a spot.
Let's go.
The chain trails off into the ocean.
Ah, yes. So it's him for bringing munitions to the island, maybe? And supplies?
As a defensive measure.
From enemies. Enemies of the commune of Revachol.
An old cylindrical generator is nested above the lieutenant puts his hand on the...
It's cold now. But someone has been maintaining it. The wire downstairs, somewhere? Liquid carbon. I would imagine it takes mazout. The kind that's favored by vagrants and...
If anyone stayed here, a hollow ring, the canister is empty.
I don't know. I'm not a philosopher.
That is his idea of a joke. A small agony. He nods approvingly.
Someone with basic electrical skills has restored...
The wind outside. There's a greasy old spring mattress in the corner.
Someone has been squatting here. The linen is fresh. Recently.
You force the rest of the sentence.
You know, officer, you can rest here if you are feeling tired. I will keep watch. You could use some rest for what's ahead. Yes, anytime.
You don't have to be a hero. Books and magazines lie scattered on the most are soft covers, serialized fantastique, and among what is mostly commercial fiction and serialized stories.
Someone's made themselves a home.
Oh yes, under the bed, there is a rather extensive collection of critical theory, that is, dour, life non-affirming left-wing literature, published by small imprints such as Abattoir Firm and Ouzia. It's not exactly like reading.
Ouzia. I agree. Humanitarian sciences. It stands out.
Your incendiary remark has failed to provoke it. Wasn't there some in the communist students' room?
Well, yes.
The little books seem inconsequential.
Again, I am not a philosopher, but whoever has...
Interesting. You see a small metal door nested inside.
Another part of the island, probably. Maybe this is one of the doors we don't open?
He's right. It would be better to open its big brother. A powerful engine hangs under the...
I think there's a console just southeast. Let's look around. Getting the blast door open seems like the best.
This old cylindrical generator waits with its fuel cap.
Devo farlo per forza?
The greasy old...
The offer still stands.
The bed is quite You face the concrete wall. There's less light there, in the dark corner. You didn't realize how tired you were. Your body is still... The blanket feels cold. The entire room, you feel yourself standing up in the darkness, right next to the mattress. Slowly, the world sleeps.
poetry thing is not going to help. It's only going to make things worse.
I'm sorry. I'm foam. All I can do is foam. It's meaningless.
No, Harry. No. I don't want a massive, epic showdown. I want to go to the aerodrome. I have tickets for the 10:20 flight to Morova. We don't have anything to talk about anymore. Every combination of words has been played out. The atoms don't form us anymore. Us. Our love. Our unborn daughters. It's all gone. I have to go to the aerodrome. I have to leave Revachol and you.
Oh God, whatever you do, don't try to kiss her yet. Not after that. You're still reeling. You'll fall over if you try now. With your feet trembling from the steps you took, tepid and fearful, you stand against her, her body close to you, radiating warmth. With your eyes closed, you move your lips on her mouth. She is not kissing you back. Her chest rising like a pillow, warm exhalations against the side of your mouth, her tender soul moving through her lungs. Hidden, distant, kept safe from you. This was not about failure or success. This was always going to be horror. I should not have suggested it, and you should not have listened to me. Feels like soft fuzz. A bird covered in down feathers, the world's most precious material, reserved for those she lets close enough to feel it. A delicate wreath on her forehead, pressing into your temple. The silver is... Her hand does not return the grip. Distrust. For you.
No,
The
no
curve
David,
of her
no.
spine, her shoulders hunched.
Ho
She
detto di
keeps
no,
herself
cazzo.
stiff, her center guarded from your motions. Nothing, just pillows against you. Unresponsive, but the moment is ending. She is going to move her face away from yours. Trying hard not to look at you. When she withdrew and you held on to her hand, she tried not to look at your face and see the expression there. Brother, you should put me in front of a firing squad. I have no words for how I failed you.
No, Harry. Not yet. There is one more thing you have to see. I'm pregnant. You know what this means. Of course not. I terminated yours. Don't you remember? You poor fuck. Poverty-stricken fuck. Now, go ahead. Ask me more questions. Let's talk about something else.
No, this has to end. Do the last one. More questions. Ask more.
It's not, but... That's it, yes. We've talked about it 1,000,000 times. You will get...
Where in hell? Stop. You're only making it worse for him. You never help with anything.
It just takes some time. For you, I think it will take something like 20 years, maybe? It was hard for me too, you know? But I can.
She keeps her shoulders squared and her back straight. But it's clear you're still making her sad. It's not. It's just not possible. It's like eating rocks. You just can't do it.
It's okay. Yes. It only took me 1 year, maybe 2. Phew. Yes. But that time is gone now.
There is a silence. She looks at you, then over her shoulder. As you talk, it feels like chewing on gravel, granite, steel bars.
What other things? That sounds nice, Harry, but I really don't want to argue.
This won't be an argument. It will be emotional and true.
There was a time I would have loved to hear about them. I would have hung on every word. I would have made you feel smart, just, hopeful. But now is not that time. Now we are in hell, and in hell, there is only the aerodrome. And boring.
Hear that? That's the sound of meaninglessness. Meaning, ideas.
I don't want it. It looks expensive. I don't want it. That's not what figurines do, Harry.
She looks at the headless found rider between the figurines. Don't do anything? Yes, I thought it would be good. A form of communication when words have failed. Yes, it was a good idea, but she felt obliged by the headless found rider to give you things in return. Things she no longer wants to give you. So she refused. That's how it goes. Your figurine...
No, please. Please don't give me anything. Harry, I don't want things. I didn't ask for things. It's too late to give me anything. I would have... But now, only boring hell remains. I have to, Harry. Really, I've already missed the 8:30. I'm gonna go now. No, you don't. You're just being a martyr. And I'm really going now. The time is up. I won't see you, but you will see me. Oh, Harry. This is a dream. Can't you see? I'm already in Morova by now. Who knows how long ago this happened? Right here, tomorrow night. Once this dream starts happening, it keeps happening. 3 times a week, at least. And Harry, it really, really looks like it started happening again. There's the video rental. I'm suffocatingly beautiful and young, and I smell of tutti frutti chewing gum, like I did that time when I asked you for forgiveness, after leaving you the first time, so long ago. Oh yes, this is real darkness. It's not death or war or child molestation. Real darkness has love for a face. The first death is in the heart, Harry. See you tomorrow.
You're up quick. How was your sleep? Are you sure you're okay? You thrashed around and you bolted. Okay.
He's still worried. You must have really thrashed and squealed in your sleep. Green paint flecks off the monoblock aluminium cabinet. There are rows of switches on
the console of an antique computation device. The generator upstairs, with wires coming out. Possibly. Urgence, ouvert, allumé, radiodiffusé. It sounds like this device was used to control the...
This device was used to control the electronics in the room. It could open doors, control lights, function as a radio computer.
We need to restore power before using this, officer. We should look around outside. There are barrels all over. Maybe...
The boat engine. The console looks on as you talk. There's a rain-soaked mattress on a concrete slab.
This looks like a good place to aim from.
A single-person mattress, modern, and an empty can of beans on the ground next to it. The silhouette of a tobacco picker adorns the paper filter. The brand, Tio Morteri.
Could be a coincidence. Or the same person has... I didn't see any signs of smoking inside.
There's a firing slit in the wall in front of, quite old and grimy. The springs screech as you lean on the mattress and trepidation. A tingling feeling. A small piece of Martinez coastline opens up in the square in front of you, like a tiny landscape painting. A towering skyscraper, its top floors shaved off by the red chimney and collapsed back of the four-story tenement. The box-shaped silhouette of the whirling in rags. Its sloped roof, a tiny fleck of light.
Do you have a line of sight to the window? I can see it, through the scope of a rifle. The shooter would be prone, lying on the mattress, barrel rest.
Cheek against the cheek rest, hand on the hair trigger, on a calm...
Good. I think we have it, Detective. The origin of the shot. This is the sniper's nest.
Affirmative.
Nothing pointed here. Many leads pointed elsewhere.
He looks north, over the fortification. He's conflicted for a second.
Where?
He does not answer, just nods. He feels uncomfortable.
We should move now.
This old cylindrical generator
Cognac.
waits with its fuel cap. The lieutenant assists you. There's a red starter switch. The recoil start wakes the old generator up. The machine sputters like an...
That should do it.
A dim golden glow.
It's on. Turn emergency.
Automatic boot. The blast door opens with a series of clicks. A shaft of light appears, then widens as the light shines in. A sudden wave of anxiety makes your skin...
After you. So did I. Not back there, but I felt it since we came here. I don't know.
A thin wisp of smoke rises.
Don't be. I have a gun. I know. It was not easy to acquire.
tracksuit trousers leans on the frame stock of his rifle, then spits it out into the extinguished fire before him. He unclouded by cataracts. His eyesight is sharp. He's practically tearing up from spite. Hatred got the best of him a long time ago. This man...
The what now? I can't... I may have. All sorts of little rats have come sniffing around.
The position sounds like a hiding place.
Fire guy. Regressive bourgeoisie henchman. My eyesight?
A shudder of disgust passes his right side. His left side.
I did. I should have burned that console. Reactionary rock and roll music. Playing on the water.
Told you we shouldn't play sad FM.
Sad FM, huh? I always hated that station. Phlegmatic, counter-revolutionary. The fascists were right about rock and roll. It is degenerate. Hit gyrate. It's not nice. It's a piece of shit. It's a Triangong 446.
A Samuran rifle.
It was sent to us by our brothers in the Sinyao.
It has stayed true to him. He can still make...
You heard me. It's good now. Like chalk, white from the ball.
No. Put it down now, sir.
Or you're gonna blow my brains out before you question me. It's out of bullets.
Like an amputated limb in the sand, he stares on, his wrinkled mouth moving without a sound.
The future teaches you to be alone.
The present.
The present to be afraid. Cold. Real music. Real Prolet Kult. It is the anthem of the world in Grad, they sang brave children, favorites of history. And everyone has. They named a fucking perfume after. Talk to her? God's shithouse.
All around you, the air slowly circulates the islet. Keep their distance.
How did it go? Something about shooting rabbits.
He waves erratically with his hand, annoyed that he can't remember. It was dear to him. He resents his gaze follows your motions. The rifle feels still warm from his parched hands. Not the rifle's in a shabby state. Like on the butt, you see Vespertine writing.
Worn. Personalized even.
No response from the...
Jacketed. Military-grade ammunition. Stable in flight.
As he speaks,
I wonder how old it is.
The old man does not. The old man keeps following your motion with his gaze. Some kind of involuntary response. This looked very much like the murder weapon.
My name is Josef Lilianovich Dross. I am a deserter, a partisan, and a prisoner of war.
The Commune of Rebachol? Do you mean the ICM? Your holdover from the...
From the Insulindian Citizens Militia. The army of the revolution. I left my unit on the eve of the landing. When I...
51 minus 8 equals 43.
No. I've been on other islands. I was in Resurrection until they turned it into a spa in 18. Then I was 43 years and 10 months. It's inhuman. It's sick. It's not...
He just... He nods. But he can now.
What have you been doing during...
Hiding, fishing.
Where the afternoon grows late, soi-disant Ghislaine. People walk home.
Always waiting for her to return.
Her who?
Girl child. Revolution. Always. The material base for an uprising has eroded. The historic opportunity for our revolution. I was just 16 years old. 15 when I volunteered. You could say I misunderstood the historic role of the proletariat. A second for reaction to take hold. May the 13th, 08, 44 years ago. The horizon, the combined might of international capital, all at once, huddled on the floor. The artillery was 80 kilometers away in Ozon. I ran. I climbed the chain link across the water and hid inland, in the bunkers underground, airships. I climbed out into hell. They'd all drowned in the lower levels or got torn to shreds above. The mask of humanity fall from capital. It has to take it, and then you see it, as it strangles and beats your friend, that the bourgeois are not human.
The old man does not say more.
It's not an island, Dwat. The congenitally deformed kingfish coalition military death blow. You're one of them. Tell me, who's... No. The black-eyed angel.
Shaitan Ahura, the darkened.
How does anyone survive?
Now hold on there.
Supplies, vegetables.
How is your health?
I've been throwing up blood since winter.
He does seem frail, gaunt for his age.
The RCM can provide medical...
I need to die.
You also have Druamine.
There's nothing to look over.
He looks at you.
It was hard in the Thames.
There were posters.
We communards still hoped. And others too. At night, I used a dinghy.
In the city, you move on
from bunker to bunker. Not anymore. No one cares now. I don't even have to hide. They think I'm enough. So you finally found it. There must have been a small squadron. Useless now.
So you've been...
Sleeping.
You feel the dots. Wait, how did he get down there?
I didn't have to. Came in through the storm drain.
Storm drain?
There used to be a system that connected the bunker. The propaganda bunker.
Propaganda bunker?
They stored leaflets there. Broadcasting equipment. A lot of our boys did. I spent some winters there. Never liked it. Kept thinking of them. No need to go underground anymore. It's better in the ruins, on the ground. I do. They're good. Plenty of time.
The old man looks across.
You're with the RCM. The coalition-appointed
Non
mob
so come
that
commentarlo.
enforces bourgeois morals in Revachol. You're the RCM. You represent the mob. Take me to them as a prisoner of war. I have
a spray of blood from his mouth on the black child.
No, I am not a soldier. Trained in historical materialism.
The old man does not.
His job was to assure the army answers to civilian control.
Scientific communism. A commissaire politique.
Awakened from shutdown by the prom, he was like a cleric.
No.
He nods slowly. Then another tremor.
No, you're not.
You should engage him about inframaterialism. Impress him with all the
All the real communists are dead.
Sempre la
They died
stessa rana.
fighting for communism.
Dovrebbero
Are
mancare,
you
credo,
dead?
boh, forse un'oretta.
You're an inert.
Detective, we have not come here to discuss ideology. We have come to ask questions.
The old man spits. There's definitely some.
There's nothing serious in this world. It's a farce. I've used it.
Here we go.
Killing people.
It's a gun. I've used it.
Interesting.
There is no after.
So he's continued killing. This is it. You can. This is what you live for. The great serotonin. The solution. Go in straight. No, no, no. Be careful now. Don't mess this up. Remember, he wants to tell you. Get personal.
I don't want to tell.
And why did you think that was a good idea? Don't listen to...
What did I just say?
What did I just tell you?
The who now? Oh yes, that one.
Did you kill him?
I am a son of a welder and an officer of the commune of Revachol.
Exhaust him with proof. Pilot, the gun. The murder weapon is the perfect opener. The scent of blood in the air. But what else? Something about the tracks. Suddenly, all those tracks are so confusing. Go with something else first.
Not a lot of guns around that use military grade.
It's a real gun. Not like you look like imbeciles. Why don't you ask them to give you...
Damn, he saw you. So he saw you. Okay. So what? Don't let it divert you.
You know what? You're right. I'm convinced this made the shot. Should we call it? 4.46 jacketed ammunition. Good. This feels good, doesn't it? Tying things up like this. When you...
Murder.
This pushed him, but not enough.
I saw you poking around there.
You had direct visibility. They are embrasure. You've been here a long time, Mr. Dras.
I'm ready to dump.
He's practically admitting to it. Dead fasces for fashion.
Because it's a sniper's nest,
Almost. He almost... Wait, here it comes. The goddamn Maybells. The dried Maybells on Clausia's roof. There were Maybells in the grass when you got here. Wait, don't forget the footprints. The diagram. You got it. Remember? Maybe don't beat yourself anymore.
Damn Maybells.
He seems tender suddenly. Nostalgic.
So many this year, too. The spring is coming. No. They blossom on the islets before.
South, the Bay of Martinez is dotted with little...
The coast, too. Before they piled their containers on.
You must get around a lot to stay undetected all these years. Do you know any...
I may. Classier. With the victim.
There is a small tremble. Looks like a... Don't leave any loose ends. Get him on everything.
Everything is brands with you.
Show me the souls, please.
Fucking imbecile.
The maker is called sensory. These are not the unusual horizontal patterns.
The size fits, but not the soul.
Sire, he doesn't have to be wearing them right now.
Racking those brains, are you? Desperate.
The lieutenant gives you a quick... The prints were his. You can see it in those... The old man stares at his own prints in the ash.
You know who he was. A coalition-trained murderer. Armored and armed. He wasn't human. Beating us to the ground. Moaning with joy. Got your attention. Now...
This is it. Shot him. Shot him. Say shot him.
Oh, the inhumanity. One...
The lieutenant raises his... While the lieutenant listens, holding his breath.
I had them in my sights. Both of them. Him and the whore. I was breathing. I didn't think I had a shot like that in me anymore. I did. Nothing. I went to sleep. Next morning there were Maybells everywhere. And so they did.
Mr. Dross, are you aware you confessed?
Yes.
And you were looking at them, the victim and a young woman, having sex, through the scope of your rifle that night?
The old man.
Why?
Because that's what they were doing.
The motive. You can coax it out of him. The lieutenant's preparing the ground.
I don't understand. Do you?
I'm always looking.
Are you always looking through the...
A rifle scope has the best magnification.
Helps him see all the...
And if you don't like it?
Click.
Then you pull the trigger?
Yes.
He will not stop now. These dialectical material... You've got him going. Connect every little piece now. Wrap this up like a gift.
Them fucking. I didn't like that. Jealousy is a reactionary concept. I didn't like the Reaver enjoying.
For him to stop reacting to stimuli.
And I wanted to see his head explode. That too. That's all it takes for the bullet to reach his head.
He wants to see her covered. To punish her.
Since she came to Martinez, I saw her sneaking in the reeds early in the morning.
Past the fell building on the coast?
Hiding something in the water. She had a fag out.
And beautiful.
Her passport and tickets after she was gone.
Did you keep what was in it?
No. Why would I do that? I didn't.
This implies that also a little inconsistency here. He was surprised to hear her name Clausia before. Would he not have...
Why would I need that trash?
A strange confusion comes over him from time to time. Some kind...
You didn't say Clausia in there. It was something. I don't remember. I did. She had... I could see who she was, too.
You could tell she was a spook?
She had different color hair on the photo.
The bruises. You can't make that out.
You can't see bruises through a scope. It's just a blur.
It quickly comes to you.
Oh, yes. Cutting those drugs of hers into...
Everything in him fills with impossible.
Did you make that hole?
With a clip point knife. Like that, too. Yes. I've been through all of Martinez. Yes, that too. The things they did in that little room. You turn it on inside, and it gets so dark out.
Those two took the... You hear the familiar scribble of...
How did you get in there? The hidden pit?
I can just walk in there now after a good wash.
You had to open the steel door?
I got that open a long time ago. Some bourgeois game merchant.
And he found use for it. A spare key, like the one hanging behind the Union box window.
She practically breastfed that man. You wouldn't believe the things she...
You stare at them too. In your mind, her, see you tomorrow, Harry. Her voice rings in the evening air. Burning.
The world is insane. There's...
The coals of his eyes glisten suddenly.
Man needs to feel something else. In this fight, it helps if you have your... Yes. Over the years. No. I don't really know. I was there one night and she was crying. Like the day after I killed him. Yes. I don't know why I do the... Maybe. I have these holes in my...
A sudden pang.
If you came 10 years ago.
In the silence,
Her.
the lieutenant nods at you in acknowledgement.
Where is she, that Clasier? I haven't seen her there for days. Good for her. At night, crying or smoking on the roof, like she...
Midtown, across the Bay of Revachol. On the platform, a young woman is withdrawing from amphetamines, but smaller, distant, hidden. Not like he knew she knows. She was looking at the island.
We could get more. We've got him talking.
Who knows what he's seen and done? Oh, you could get more out of him. He likes talking. Enough. Take him in. Bend his arms behind his back and end this.
A tragic comedy.
A strange little engine seems to... The familiar put of hatred.
Specifically, the whole city is a charnel house. Stripped clean because of the racists. Everyone is a racist in my pump full of steroids and Radio Revachol 92. Yes, the fly larva in his container. He led some nihilistic, not since the serfs of ancient Pericarnassus, as history produced. Intense, like animals, like those boom morons on the ice. The worst of them is the blood-drenched Sucrion on her yacht, licking her lips. The old whore's gone now. The worst is that old cock parading around in his uniform, throwing balls all day. It's not enough. Every morning he's there. That's all the rich really want. Sex with their own children. Throughout, we did good when we pushed him under the horse car. Until, in the...
The disco whores are too much. Hatred shuts down. There was something about a statue and nihilistic. And the Sucrian on her boom morons on thin ice.
Whores. Syphilis is a disease, Philip III. The bacteria entered his brain and made him squander, and he still went on to govern Revachol. What a keen remark. Yes, it is, isn't it? It's still there. Do you know why? Forgot. The party had each of the one. Some advertising cockroaches used their accumulated cap.
Wait, the bullet hole in Philippe's heart. The statue had been shot. That was him. It had to be. He's already proven capable of taking a far more complicated shot from here.
I did. A needless, sentimental gesture.
Yes, shameful. So many other...
The fat union man let them put it there.
He keeps having opinions.
Another hideous disappointment.
Disappointment. So
That deformed toad? I wouldn't expect him to wipe his own ass.
Edgar.
He talks a big game about upright. First against the wall with him.
The Clares wouldn't miss a man hidden in their own backyard. Not all this time. Nothing happens in my...
Of course. Maybe the Clears are... Don't go straight for the kill. Exhaust everything else first. Soften him.
I haven't approached anyone. I hid.
How did he know you were hid?
He didn't just stumble in like an oaf. He figured it out. Stepped right off the boat and walked down where you came. I was right about one of them. 20 years ago. Neither of them could walk now.
That's around the time the Clears came to power.
Edgar did the talking. Paid his respects. Never trust a social democrat who quotes Marzov. Oh, and chap, let me be here. The ZOC is an...
They let him be here.
You know why I killed that fucker, Dwat. As to Edgar, I'm not doing...
Again?
Try teaching him some Marzovian socioeconomics.
Okay, He didn't do the hanged man for them, but he's insinuating something. Oh no, the connection doesn't come to you. Slap yourself in the head again. Jumpstart it.
About this deal you made with Edgar, the death of the colonel mercenary, what about the other people?
Other people?
Like the previous 4 women of the unit.
That's it. That's what you weren't connected.
I didn't fight 40 years to end up an inform.
Still dumb. Your eyes are transfixed on his digit.
Look who's up. From the drunken stupor. This one's worse for wear than me.
We will have plenty of time to talk about this later, Mr. Druck.
Go ahead.
Ease off it. This was not...
They were boom imbeciles. At least they're not.
Oh, there's plenty to say, hardcore man.
I don't think now is the time for this, officer.
To no avail.
Beats. Vodka sucrion. A bloodsucker. Women like her feed on the life energy of young. I can't believe the inert lumpen out there. They just let.
If only he had the ammunition.
Every fucking morning for 34 years. Throwing that ball. Royalist ghouls played like it was life itself. Click, clack. I remember him. I remember him from Lanos. Not him, but that one. Fat and plump, like a pheasant, just begging.
He whispers with such predatory hunger.
Not yet. I like to look at him strut around, place the
Save the treat for later?
He is a juicy bonbon, that one. A real treat for the black day. The blackest. When I put that gun in my better. I even hid one bullet, so I'd always have one.
Hearing it may destabilize him. You sure you've gotten everything from him?
No. I waited too long. I waited too...
I'm sorry, Mr. Dross. I understand you.
They're all dead now.
If he really wanted to kill him so bad, he would have...
Fuck you. You think I haven't seen people die?
He's not okay. This is just an idea, told to him by grown-ups, and then he lost it.
Glad we talked about what?
What strikes you about this gaunt man is... Indeed, he speaks fluidly. His move... It's a mystery. This animation comes at a cost too. Great leaps of emotion. From anger. You've seen demented people before. This feels similar. Is it some kind of substance damage? Like he's addicted to something?
No. I won't be stuffed.
It's not a downer, rather an upper, judging by his snaps.
Oh. Chucky. Ho tolto i cosi perché non è serata. Come stai?
Perhaps, but his seems more than that.
Grazie per la sub.
The inner turmoil takes unexpected turns. In summary, you sense some...
I don't know what that is. Like some kind of decadent rock star. No, I'm not okay. I shit blood, and I'm surrounded...
There it is again. Erratic hand motions, bouts of rage, and the stomach. Could it be a symptom of overdosing on something? Something even you have not tried? Keep your eye. His lip curls into a sneer.
Glad we talked about what? What? But you said I would be taken to the...
This terror is the sum of all the uncontrollable movement. The wind picks up. The silence on the water is broken.
Your Wayfarer rights have been suspended. Information provided to the officers on the scene. Do you understand?
But... No, I don't want to.
He's sweating. Beads are forming on his forehead. Pupils are dilated too. Eyes getting black.
Your confirmation is not required, sir. Now on to the boat.
vuol dire che è il grado di difficoltà. Dovrebbe essere tipo 14, mi pare. Perché quando stavo controllando il JSON della partita, tipo per dire banale sarebbe 4. Leggendario è 14. Infatti c'è il numero 14 accanto, è il livello di difficoltà.
You thought you heard something.
Maybe we could all fit in there. Actually, no. Not really. We could escort him to the pier, then either one of us can...
But then, who watches him while you're...
You come back for me? How about I go and send a boat back for...
What is this farce?
Lillian. You could ask her, maybe.
This is no harmless old man.
This fucking world.
No, listen. Listen now.
No, it would take a whole day on this island. You go and...
This world. What are you...
The wind is cold. Your skin is crawling suddenly.
Ma se è quello che penso. È quello che penso.
A delicate tangle of arms and legs unfolds from the reeds, limb by limb. It's still there. And
what are you talking about? There's nothing there.
the stick insect is over 3 meters tall. It looks straight at you. You feel your legs shaking under you, and your gun hand. You feel the lieutenant's hand.
I can see it.
Ok, non sono pazzo.
Thank God. If he can see, then you're not insane. But that means it's really there, spinning slowly, in absolute...
Be very, very careful.
È una cosa più angosciante.
The creature stands on long stilt-like legs, antennae hanging from its head, like reed-like tufts stick out of its joints. As the insect moves its forearms, it produces a faint hiss, like a reel-to-reel machine spinning after the tape breaks. Slowly, with your breath held, you take 2 small steps toward the phasmid. The creature lets out a series of ultrasonic clicks that swarm like laughter, a sort of happiness. Sweat drips from your brow, soaking your chest. Hissing and clicking, it extends its mandible-like antennae to greet you. You're right below it now, looking up at the colossal chitin of its white limbs. The head of the creature is crowned by reeds, and the insect stops its stridulation, seeming to Suddenly, there is silence. No, stop. Be afraid.
Quanto male può andare?
As you do, the invertebrate comes to life, its limbs moving independent of each other, as if praying to you. The reed creature does not stop its stridulations. It towers above you, parting the reeds it emerged from. Perhaps it is preparing to eat its god.
Okay.
There is no change in the insect's motion, while it...
In 3. If it moves, you jump back. I'll shoot. Here we go.
The shrill flash of the camera cuts the air like the blade of a sword. The phasmid freezes in its bright light. Head turned toward the lieutenant, hypnotized by the flash. It stands frozen before you.
I got it.
Immortalized for all time. The antennae hang from a great height. With your hand shaking, You barely touch the tip of the left whisk. The sensation is electrifying. It is surprisingly delicate. Looks like someone's got hurt in a fight. This antennae is much smaller.
Be careful, detective. It's moving.
You were right. It glistens with some kind of moisture. The creature in the limb before you is incredibly light, like eggshell. Warning! A small shudder passes the creature's arm. High above you, there is some kind of countdown happening. As it slowly processed, the stimulus overloaded it. It's passing, like an extended moment, or a gallstone. It tastes like sugar, very faint, odorless, mostly comprised of water. Another shudder pulses through the creature's limb. No reply. A total ancient silence comes from its mouth, along with what appears. You were right. Little bubbles form on the mouth parts of the creature, on its segment.
Careful. It may be poisonous.
The foam slowly turns a darker shade, like burnt caramel, as the insect moves its mouth parts. Nothing. No. Its simple eyes give off no flicker of light. No one is home. The twitches of its limbs are insect-like, unknown. It's spread too thin among its limbs, performing incomprehensible operations on the world. And you, looking at it, as you back off, the phasmid also takes a step back into the reeds. Something tells you the next time you engage, and the arthropod follows you with its antennae. As you back off, the cracks and hisses of the tape that's come to its... Hissing and clicking, as you're turning away, the phasmid mirrors your movements, stepping on the water, the long limbs carrying its feather weight without breaking its surface.
Magari provo a ricaricare.
And just... The creature stands, reed-like tufts stick out of its jaw.
It is.
You glance over. No, the flash will scare the creature off. Warn him now.
We need a photo. No one will believe us.
creature stands. Reed-like tufts stick out of its joints. The creature tilts its... There is a sadness in there. Or is it in you? From the dream. It's slowly, like love, sweat, hissing and clicking. The insect stops its stridulate. Suddenly, no, stop. As you do, the praying to you. The reed creature. Perhaps it is preparing to eat.
Okay.
There is no change.
In 3.
If the shrill flash of the camera cuts the air like the blade of a sword.
I got it.
Immortal for all time. The antennae, the sensation, looks like some...
Be careful, detective.
You were right. It tastes like odorless. The limb, warning. A small there is some kind. The stimulus overloaded. Another shudder pulses through. No reply. You were right. Little bubbles.
Careful.
The foam slowly turns a darker shade, like burnt.
I exist. Tell me what it's like for you. What is your illness? For me, it is not like that. I have states, not the emotions. For example, I experience excitement at unexpected sugar rewards, but that is not important. Now I will tell you how it is for me. For me, it is a series of half-lit images, a kind of darkness, shapes of plants and animals, and internal sensations. I am at the end of a narrow funnel, weightless, so light, it only feels like something to be me. Are you sure? Sometimes, when molting, I will grow a lost limb. One time something went wrong, and a small leg replaced me. No, the leg tried to move around independently, making it hard to walk. Yes, thankfully someone ate it. The next time I molded...
This would explain its antenna being smaller. No, it's what the 3 meters tall stick...
Yes, I am lucky. It is nothing compared to the horror that is you. With all of creation reflected in your form.
It would take 1,000,000 years of evolution, or a...
So am I. I was born to detect sucrose rewards and semiochemicals. What were you born to detect? I can also detect pheromones. The ones on you tell me that you will not beat me, and that I will benefit from your closeness. In short, I love you. No, you are awake. I am real. Not even the birds know that. Not even the water lily. I think we should eat it. If it's a leaf, you can put it in your mouth.
Wait, so...
Yes, they don't mind. Yes, I once cloned myself and ate the little ones. It was winter, and I woke up at the wrong. I am an unknown species of the order Phantasmodia, endemic to the Insulindian Insula. For the last 350 years, I have hidden in plain sight.
It may have unknown, dangerous biochem...
I went unnoticed by the first settlers and the land surveyors of the suzerain. Also, I have stayed hidden through 4 forms of government and 2 scientific revolutions. Yes, I do not have a starter display, so I use a neurodegenerative element.
The deserter. He's been here for a...
No. You are the miracle.
It was you, coming from the west, from the whirling.
The moral of our encounter is, I am a relatively medium life form, while you are extreme. The Pale too came with you. No one remembers it before you. The Nidarians do not. The radially symmetrics do not. There is an almost it is a nervous shadow cast into the world by you, eating away at reality. You're a violent and irrepressible miracle. The vacuum of cosmos and the stars burning in. We suspect it will be something like the oxygen holocaust that wiped out anaerobic life 2.6 billion years ago.
Instead of air, you exhale thoughts. There are no trees that...
Everything your eyes touch goes back there, behind the nose mirror. What if you blink? Are we still here? Please don't blink. What if he misplaces us all one day, or just forget? Please be. Or one day, one of you will close your eyes and sigh, and open them to see them.
It doesn't look like that, no. You're just staring at it. Okay. Is it somehow related to the case? I think you should back away from the unstudied species now.
No, there is one more. Thank you. I also have one more thing to say to you. That woman, turn from the ruin. Turn and go forward. Do it for the working class. She was middle class. It doesn't take a 3-meter stick insect to tell you that.
As you're turning away, the phasmid mirrors your movements, stepping on the water, the long limbs carrying its feather weight without breaking its surface. And just like that, it's gone, skating away across the sea's calm mirror, like a skipping stone.
Only this Elysium things.
On the water, and something under it, in the place it stood. But
it's gone. Looks like a nest of some sort. Apparently, yes, like a water strider.
What now?
In some kind of strange...
Our suspect is not looking so good.
The fuck?
This passport, issued by the sovereign...
Classia's hidden documents.
It's Clasia, with short black hair, an old photo, before life came and did what it does.
Maybe our man, Mr. Dross, took it from Classia's, or whatever her name was. Hiding place, or... Like a magpie? What a coincidence.
By now, the lieutenant...
I can see how the helmet could wash up on the island. And the scope.
Would it? Maybe it was simply curious.
An octopus belongs to a very different class. It's not even an insect. She said it would be for Anouk.
Katarzyna Alazia was supposed to be her real name. We're Clasia.
Yes, somehow she managed to lie to us. I don't know. But it's not Katarzyna Alazia or Perhaps it's better that we did.
What is it?
Something is very wrong with him now.
See?
Mr. Dross?
The man does not respond. He, with fear and longing. Like an addict of some terrible substance. A light shiver passes.
He's going into some kind of psychomotor immobility. The good news...
The trembling mouth.
Between this and the broken tire he's used for a boat, I think it's safe to leave him here, while we go and get help. Old age and shock. Yes, the arrest and the appearance of the...
There's much Quite a few things about that health check you did on him make sense now.
That could be part of the shock. But you're...
No response.
Then how did we see it? Oh, you mean, whatever does this, does it over... Mr. The doctors will have to look at this. I hope he was energetic and articulate. After all, it does not seem to be animated now it's left. I mean, why not? It's like a drug? His pupils appear to be dilated.
It's not just chemical.
Some kind of oxytocin release mechanism? Would go with the pupils. Told you? Yes, good. He did seem distressed when it finally... I have absolutely forgotten to take notes.
He stares into the reeds. Nothing. Just the last embers.
If Kuno kicked it in...
No reaction. His breathing is slow, and he appears very old. This is an old man, at last. No longer a tin soldier.
Non preoccupare. Notte notte. Spero che ti riprendi. Mi spiace.
Did you take this passport and other papers from a boy on the coast?
No, Alert. Thank you, buddy, but it's not the right time.
The spirit.
He hears us. The spirit.
No reply. He's...
Try something else? We got him back for a moment.
I'm not in the mood.
I lost.
He turns his eyes to the reeds again.
He lost the scope. Then it somehow made its way over there. This sight is a T9, Mr. Dross. Was it attached to the rifle?
Silence. Not even a sigh.
Yeah, don't ask.
You've gotten all... The plastic cape
Hope you're
flaps
fine.
around his face. In a gust of wind, the blacks of his eyes are receding. The strength has all gone out of him.
We should think about getting back to the mainland. To get help. He'll be safe here.
I'm already lost. I completely forgot. Oh, okay. I've been fine, buddy. Don't worry. Good night. Hope the best. And thanks again. Thank you. Have a great day tomorrow. Good night.
ICM. This feels familiar somehow.
Insulindian Citizens Militia.
Sounds an awful lot like.
No.
With its horns in the...
It does. The RCM may descend from the... It's impossible to say. It was chaos after...
Nice political thoughts. A mediocre athlete would pant from dragging around his body on a busted crutch. But not...
No one remembers the ICM. No, that's the uninhabited...
A DeLorean era since...
After 44 years? One of these barrels was still...
The dry grass crackles under your feet. The flock of quail departs. On the islet, there is almost no wind, like a silent orchestra of great importance to the few. A silent hiss, the faraway roar of the snowfall, a low hum. The air flows out of a pillbox with a flake of snow called a mamadakwa. We are way out now. No, it's just your imagination.
Yes?
This is where a lesser man would stop to think about the pain shooting up his right leg and into his groin. Not you.
I have. Is that why we're stopping?
The lieutenant nods. The skiff is swaying on the waves by the... The skiff is
Let's. We are done here.
The skiff rocks gently under your weight, but for the sound of conversation on the water, you reach the jetty and climb out of the skiff.
Look what the tide brought in. What does that say on your back? Fuck the world? So you've turned into some kind of nihilistic rock and roll world ender?
Whatever this is, it is completely... This is the man with sunglasses from the whirling in rags. But where are his sunglasses?
That's right. And you look like you got 20 STDs. We're not forgetting about anything. Look at you. Harry, that's because you're a cop with "fuck the world" written on his back. Actually, are you? Are you still a cop?
Vic, calm down.
Hello, I'm Trent Heilerstein. I believe we've met on several occasions.
I'm your goddamn partner, Jean Vicomar, and this is your special task force. Or what's left of it. Special Consultant Trent Heilerstein.
Hi.
We've come to scrape what's left of you after pay.
Lieutenant Kim Kitsuragi, Prison 57. We might need your help with something later.
As if he recalled that he's in fact a...
But this is clearly a departmental matter, so I'm going to leave you to discuss it among yourselves.
It's good to meet you, Lieutenant Kitsuhagi.
Letting the lieutenant know he...
Ari, we want to help you. Trent?
I don't quite know what I'm doing here. I was asked to participate as an expert. I think my background is in something else entirely. I engage in neurology.
No, Trent, it's too late. You're part of this shit now. What a...
Shit, kid. What an interesting moniker.
Guilty as charged. I heard you'd lost your mind and your memory, and it was. Good work, Harry.
He was too sarcastic for you to realize who he was.
Did you? Or did you literally not recognize my face? We've been partners for how long, Harry?
Judging by the familiarity you feel toward him, he's right. Don't start guessing. Now's not a good time.
You. Shit.
Maybe you've deserved it.
The cafeteria manager you fucked over told us where you went.
And people on the street helped us too.
You're a legend among the drunks, Harry. A legendary local drunk.
Yes, I'm Trent Heilerstein. Mikhail? Mikhail is my son. No problem. What indeed? I was asked to share my take on some of the more obscure theories developed in Königstein in the 30s.
He's here to see if you're insane. He's smart. Let's move on. Yeah, Major Crimes Unit, under Lieutenant Dubois. He doesn't remember.
See? He really doesn't remember.
Yeah, that's very good. Where have we been? We've been You told us to fuck off. You said we're cramping your style. Your detective god. Fuck everything. All we burn. Detect or die. Sure, you're not a superstar law official. Talk on the town is your Guillaume le Million. The bells aren't ringing because you have brain damage. Trant, this is...
Well, he doesn't have visible tremors, he talks without slurring, he can drive a boat.
Meaning, you forgot both who you are and...
As displayed in the station call, our interactions with him and...
Interesting?
Yes, interesting. I have my theories, but I would like to hear Harry's thoughts first. Harry, what do you think happened to you? Neurologically, psychologically, and why not socioeconomically?
He is. He's getting better.
I believe he drank. People do that, especially this one. What the...
But Detective Vigmer, he has blanked out before. Yes, a couple of times. After some of the more
So you don't remember the 2 cases in your ledger? Those cases were hard on...
Interesting. So at first he dipped his toes into it, prepared.
What do you mean?
Well, here's my theory. What if this is an absolutely normal reaction to the world we're living in? What if this is not a significant anomaly at all? Look at the ruins, the neon, listen to the radio, the multitudes, the people. Live here for 40 years. As a police detective, he's like hardwired to the free market.
Okay, Trent, thank you. That's absolutely meaningless. I'm glad we brought you. Will he or will he not be able to work in the Major Crimes Unit?
He's not a cretin, and he is able to do work. If not in his previous leadership role, then as a line detective.
For now, I misphrased my question. It should have been, is he able to...
They can keep that pension. You're...
Now nothing. Now we're just going to stand here. No, now we discuss that. What the fuck did you do to a motor carriage? Why is it there, Harry? Ah, so refreshing. He just admits it. Thank you for your honesty. It doesn't matter. Your badge, Harry. Show me your badge.
In a rush to demonstrate your badge, your eager fingers can't sustain a grip. Not today, badge.
And your gun?
As if having your badge, what is it with all these material objects?
He has it. And he didn't drop it. You're drunk like a bum, Harry. Put that thing away before you kill someone. You were never supposed to lose it in the first place. We're not talking about the fucking gun anymore. A little drink. You let a suspect escape, Harry. Class...
We've read the reports. Lieutenant Kitsuhagi's. We know.
Oh, well. If she was specially trained. I'm not even gonna get into it. Or the fact that you're Everclear's little peony now. Doing I don't know compared to the 7 people who were gunned down. The streets are literally red with blood.
He did everything he could. We did everything we... He did so at considerable risk to his person. Remember, he was shot. We stopped an execution, not a negotiation. The loss of life was minimal compared to... Detective, it's better if I do that.
It's so much better if he does.
Thank you for the input, Lieutenant Kitsuragi. You've spent the week with him, on this case. What?
On the case?
On Lieutenant Geoffrey Dubois.
Well, The drinking, the lost gun, also losing his badge. That's all true.
The man sighed.
Then there's the superstardom. He likes to, from time to time, allude to being a superstar law official. At first I thought it was a joke, but now I'm not so sure. He says disco about 20 times a day. It's worrying, especially considering his political views. Detective Dubois is, as you may know...
You should yell something. Yes, let...
Others still, he is also an ultra-liberal hustler who is always on the grind. How he And then there's the motor carriage in the sea, and the drugs, of course. Some kind of anti-radiation drug he can talk human beings into telling him everything. And he doesn't stop. In all the time I've spent with him, he has not once stopped pursuing. Well, except that one time when he stopped to sing karaoke, which by the way was a...
Yeah, it was what it was.
Other than that one time, he has tirelessly worked on the case, and he solved it. He apprehended a straggler who stayed hidden for 50 years, ever since the revolution, who's probably committed other murders over those years.
A new species?
A colossal stick insect. It was on the island.
He takes out the photo and shows it to the officer. You hear gasps.
As you can see, it's about 3 meters tall. In fact, we think it may be the largest land invertebrate ever discovered.
Fucking hell is that? Is this somehow connected?
Detective? The old man was not aware of the Phasmid's presence.
So it is connected.
I must say, this is apt.
Yes, it really does make it hard to fire the drone.
This is a very, very sad man who has just seen something that's made him forget. Now you make your case. Now is the time. Now or never.
What was that? It sounded like you set up a nightclub in the church. That's great.
4 kids were living in a tent on the ice.
It's not that okay. Get off this subject.
Female?
You had to see it. It had the subdued...
Incredible.
Not as far as I could see.
It's interesting time. Forget about the rest.
Actually, you know, this would indicate it was a male. This is far from anything in my field, but I think such Of course, as I said, I'm only guessing.
It could maybe roll it, like a dung beetle.
As in cloning itself? What makes you... Then it wouldn't matter if it's male or female.
That makes sense.
Very interesting. Such organisms are extremely vulnerable.
In his mind, he's already planning a nature.
Yes. That would be a chiromone. There are species of bees that, under the influence of chiromones...
Nothing is off the table. But I want to stress this. The find does not have to be connected.
Of course, Lieutenant. Of course. We should treat the case and the Phasmid as...
They're not going to go for this speculation?
Yes, but also read colored.
Incredible. The PR value of this is
This would really help with some...
Absolutely, this is great. This does not say vigilante...
Without it...
You're doing good here. Perhaps only for a moment, but still.
Lilianovich. A revolutionary matronym. The custom started in Graz, where they have patronyms. This man's mother was Lillian.
So, it is...
Thank you, Trant. Thank you.
Of course, excuse me, I just thought it was noteworthy.
Jealousy. I thought this Liliana...
A strange psychosexual fixation. Aggravated. Also, we have a sniper's nest with full view of the room in which the mercenary died.
It's a clean win.
Oh, it's way more than that. Way more.
I've never doubted you can pull yourself together and work in belts.
God damn it. It is. Chin up. Keep focusing on the positives here.
This is a conversation for when we are no longer out in the open.
And eyes, too.
Understood, of course.
I would prefer not to partake in anything.
Yes, yes.
The body was transported to Precinct 41.
You're not the only cop in the world, Harry.
Still, good work with the missing person, Detective.
I don't know what a doomed commercial area is. Why?
There was a possible witness in there, and it was close to the crime scene.
Of course. Call.
Dodged the bullet there. For a moment.
Who's Kuno?
You don't want to know.
You're right, Lieutenant. I don't. You snort. I don't want to, but you discovered a new species and solved the murder. So I have to.
Honestly, anything that ends this trial is...
Agreed. The public relations potential of this is...
Okay. We have vehicles in the square, and the perpetrator needs to be taken into custody.
Now you will find the man looks westward, jingling his car keys in his pocket.
Who are you? You're a gym teacher, Harry. Well, obviously you're not a gym teacher and...
Before you were a cop, you were a gym teacher in Coron. It's getting really cold outside. Should we maybe...
Harry, it explains everything. The running around, the jumping, the bicycle, the fact that you don't seem to know what homosexuality is, and your moves on the church floor, which honestly were just jump aerobics.
Also, this and this guy too. God, even this javelin throwing freak here.
Of course. Contact Mike.
He's been on about Mike again. I hate that guy. Oh, you don't say. Does he also vault an impassable
It is getting cold out.
In your 20s or late 20s, you've really let yourself go since then. Yes, you towed Jim in Corn. I believe that's the term. Towed Jim at a...
The smell of sweat and...
High school. Harry, your goings-on with Kuno, Andre, Acel, the whole thing on the ice. That's why you are so juvie.
His smirk suggests barely contained laughter.
The regular. You found some chick. She inspired you to fight the big fight.
You, every morning, walking from Voyager Road to teach Jim. She, leaving for the academy.
I knew it. I knew no normal human being can run like that.
It's not a mystery. Some chick fucked you over.
You really went with it too.
Dora something. Dora England.
Not Dora Dubois.
Something like that. Half Vazan. No one is married anymore. This is... God, I don't know. 6 years ago, she...
6 years and you haven't gotten over it? What the hell is wrong with you?
Yeah. Or 7. You're not doing too good there. It's an old, incredibly bangable. She was incredibly fuckable. A beautiful bourgeois woman. Way fierce.
Snow, Welkin. Heartbreak, Welkin. Pain, Welkin.
I've only seen a picture, but it's obvious you formed a real spiritual connection with how pretty she was.
Look, the sun is about to go down.
I think she taught in the Académie des Arts, east of the river. Way east. My point is, you need to see a psychiatrist about this shit. No. You're too unstable to work for my boss.
I assure you.
He would immediately backpedal. I told you it's not that bad.
Us? With the bloody murder station.
That's not true. Jamrock is too big for one precinct. You're just...
Thank you, Lieutenant. You're being kind. It is an understaffed station.
Get back to it. We left Torson and McLean to run. Mac the Torso Torson and Chester McLean.
They are damn iconic, though.
Yeah, not like us. Two clinically depressed old men. Where's the contrast here? We are garbage. God. There are 4 wings, Harry. A, B, C, and D. We're in C.
There's also a lot of outside...
He's anything but a loser.
Ptolemy Price? He's the son of the old...
He's one of the most highly regarded men in the force. You're lucky.
Somewhere under the curved roof of a former silk factory, shaped like a lake, they speak of change. The city. The tension.
So he remembers that. Yes, there may have been a...
Shooting up churches never is.
Our enemies were hiding in a church, to the best of our information.
Your clearance will not go up while you're...
Okay, it's not the bloody murder station. It's an old converted silk mill with...
Jamrock is the largest ghetto in Rivershore.
The press will blow over. Jamrock is lucky to have you, and it's often considered to be...
Thank you again, Lieutenant. Who is Lena? Well, good luck.
She and her husband were conducting the search. They should know as soon as possible. It would do...
She is going to be over them. Watch out, or she'll faint.
Well, first I will go back to my station and write the most Detective, we just stopped a small-scale war. Something is happening to Revachol. I don't know what yet, but it's going to be a hard spring for the RCM. Talk to Captain Price? I'd rather not ruffle the feathers. Work with Price?
This truly came as a surprise.
Flattered. You're Lieutenant Kitsuragi.
I would have to tie things up in GRIH first. But, I mean...
And we also have a huge caseload, Lieutenant. Piles that we need to get back to.
I do like the sound of that.
He's really considering it.
Good.
Fuck it, let's go. Tron brought his motor carriage. It's a...
Under the evening sky, the great district, you close your eyes and hear the dogs bark. Torson? Yes. McLean? Really? Nick Gottlieb looks up from the list. I hear he's unstable.
Wonderful. Then can we please just go back to Jamrock now?
Bello. Oh, bello, bello. so. Che piacere. Lol. Non so se ci sta bene come serie TV. Nel senso è un po' complicato farlo. Ah, probabile. No, perché è molto... Siccome è tutto sulle tue scelte. Cioè, immagino che tipo se ti comportavo in maniera diversa cambiava pure effettivamente il mio passato. Credo. Non lo so, se magari ero più tecnico, più logico, non usciva che ero un ex professore di fisica o altre cose del genere. Quindi penso che cambia ogni volta. Ergo, come fai a farlo in un telefilm? Ma non ha un good ending in teoria, cioè non ha... Appunto, è un gioco maturo, non ha finali buoni o cattivi. Ha giusto tipo quello dove sai tipo hai tutto il quadro completo, oppure no, immagino, cioè, non so come sono le altre. Sì, non ha neanche dei finali veri e propri, quindi... Tra mille virgolette, no, perdonami. No, poi potresti rigiocarlo quante volte vuoi, sono un sacco di cose che puoi fare in maniera diversa. È molto fluido. La cosa che era entrato... Ah, sì, perché tu non hai scoperto il passaggio. Non sapevi del passaggio dentro l'hotel. Che non avevi sbloccato la chiave che faceva vedere la zona dei pinball. No, l'ho dedicato a papà. Connesso con la morte dell'altro leader. E quello non so perché io ce l'ho in più rispetto a te. Credo che stavano tramando però. Ciao. Bellissimo. Sono molto in forma, perdonami. Come stai, Lucio? Mi ha indagato bene sulle cose che vedeva da lì. Ah, ok. Beh, mi sono limitata tipo a quanto più guardare e fare domande. Ho avuto dei momenti che tipo andavo tipo treno per le scelte più violente, ma perché sono stupida. Tu come stai piuttosto? No, non chiedermelo. Dovevi dirmi qualcosa, mi sa, perché ieri non ho potuto rispondere su Discord. Quando vuoi scrivimi pure. Nonostante tutto sono soddisfatta. Cioè, non... Sarei curiosa di... Siccome adesso so modificare la partita, potrei fare un'altra partita per conto mio. E tipo farla già con... perché spesso lo fanno... Siccome l'ho già finito un paio di volte, se vuoi romperlo o tentare cose assurde, tipo una cosa che ho visto fare era massimizzare tutto e praticamente già all'inizio potevi risolvere il caso senza neanche esaminare il corpo. Tipo, c'è come opzione, ce l'hanno pensata che può succedere, non so come sia possibile. E mille altre cose. Bene, io sento non so quanti decibel mettere l'audio della live prima, avevo meno 18. Io ce l'ho. Per quanto il mio microfono è fisso su meno 10.7, ma in generale basta che arrivi verso il verde massimo giallo. Basta che non lo lasci sparato. Se arrivi al giallo va benissimo. Tipo, io ce l'ho a filo tra il verde e l'inizio, appena. Dopo tanti test, perché pure io avevo difficoltà. Audio live dipende. Tipo, lo tengo sempre un po' più basso del mio microfono, quindi per esempio il gioco adesso, Disco Elysium, è su meno 17, quindi più o meno 18 va bene. Mankind, be vigil, we love you. Oh! È carino. Poi per dire i suoni invece, tipo i suoni da riscattare, sono tipo meno 13. Ah, così basta. Pensavo mi faceva tipo, non lo so, resoconto. Comunque devi un po' vedere. Io li metterei sempre poco più bassi della tua voce. Cioè quindi sempre... ah, sì, che per le... Che quello in effetti non mi ricordo se l'ho messo su Coffee. Sulle commissioni di Coffee. Onestamente non lo riporterei di nuovo. Cioè, mi divertirei a romperlo per conto mio. Però è stato bello. Molto molto bello. Sono contenta che ha vinto come migliore RPG. Ma ha vinto anche, mi pare, ha vinto anche qualcosa... Anche come narrativa, se non mi ricordo bene. Sento una merda che quando... perché li vedo sempre in diretta quando fanno le primazioni dei Game Awards. E mi ricordo che avevano annunciato questo. Ed ero tipo, cosa? Mai sentito? Perché appunto in Italia non se ne parlava proprio. E sono contenta. È bello. Sì, poi mi ha steso la parte... Quando incontra lei io l'avevo già vista in qualche fan art, ma molto memosa. Nel senso tipo incontri lei e tipo invece di parlarci eccetera la scansi e dici dov'è Kim? Ho visto queste robe qua. Però mi ha molto ammazzato. Cioè già sono morta dentro. Lì proprio mi ha ammazzato. Il 99% dei giochi usciti negli ultimi anni. Sì, onestamente non fanno roba così, non l'ho mai vista. Cioè, è ancora più maturo di... Forse più maturo stato Red Dead al massimo per me. Però per un gruppo così piccolo, eccetera, è una roba mastodontica e... Minchia. È pesante giusto però stare dietro a tutta la roba sociopolitica che c'è, perché l'hanno... Cioè, ha tanta lore di cose, della storia del posto, eccetera, e che è bello. Però è un po' pesante, era bello tipo se riuscivano a... appunto, non è che faranno un sequel, però se fanno un altro gioco, sempre lo stesso universo, ti fanno vedere di più, che ne so, altri che hanno nominato un sacco di posti. Sarebbe interessante. Questo è davvero piccolino ed c'è anche solo se una parte minuscola, un sacco di cose, storie, persone. Sono parecchio coraggioso, non per tutti, ma sai cosa che potrebbe essere assai pesante per tanti giocatori? No, infatti conosco in pochi che appunto, se non sbaglio, Crash the Twitch lo voleva portare, però aveva molta paura anche lui. Io avevo paura a portarlo perché è pesante. E non... Teoricamente per Twitch hanno fatto un'estensione che tipo, se non sbaglio, si poteva fare tipo la votazione delle scelte da fare. Però appunto ha tanto testo, tante cose, anche lì è un po'... Sì, lo puoi rendere interattivo, però è bello intenso. Accetto, però quanti giocatori lo farebbero? In pochi. Ci sono cose che non sono riuscita a finire, in effetti, tra la cosa del cubo e altre cosine, ma le parti con Dora sono garantite per spezzare. Ciao, buonasera. Come stai? Sì, no, infatti, per chiunque ha avuto una relazione, infatti... No, quella cosa più bella è quando tipo, cioè, riesci a fare tipo la cosa del bacio e tipo, è sicuro che ci riesci a farla. Però solo perché riesci a farlo non è detto che ti ricambia. È pesante. Poi in generale tutti i discorsi che ha fatto sul tipo che lei è andata avanti, lei sta bene. E lui è ancora così. E un po' lo capisco. Sono contenta che stai bene. È molto bello. Ma tutti i personaggi sono molto molto umani, sono stati bravi. Ma pure per Kuno stavo morendo dentro, perché tipo anche lì lo capisco. Che hai gli esempi di merda, hai una vita abbastanza di merda. Tanto finirai per essere come... Ecco, una cosa che mi rompe è che teoricamente... Allora, se ero senza Kim, potevo uscire una cosa per Kuno, mi sembra. Ma non mi è uscita, cioè ci sono un paio di cose piccole che non mi sono... Ma non è un difetto. Il problema non è che appunto è un gioco che ti tiene mentalmente... Ah sì, sì, non puoi star lì... no. Io metto solo nelle parti sociopolitiche dopo un po'... Dato un po' me? Ma si comportano male o... Mi spiace. Mannaggia. Io solo nelle parti quelle proprio molto... Molto lore, deep lore. Io appunto anche la cosa dei check è bella, nel senso molto spesso certe cose funzionavano, ma non è detto che tipo positive o meno. Ciao Nicola. Finito. Tu stai bene? Parlano male di te, what? Mi lamento, non ne faccio straordinari, pagati. Vabbè, sei fortunato, è raro trovare colleghi che si comportano bene. Sì, no, l'inizio è pesante. L'inizio pure io, tipo ero lì, oh cazzo, quando inizia, non dico l'azione, neanche che mi dava sonno, mi dava angoscia perché è l'unico gioco dove tipo c'ho tutti sti 3000 pensieri che mi parlano assieme e ti disarma tanto, è strano. E appunto non... Comunque mi devo mettere nell'altra schermata, immagino. No, in realtà è finito bene. Anzi, ho praticamente fatto tutto il quadro completo, se non sbaglio. Sì, alla fine l'indagine l'ho fatta bene, mi sembra, tutto quanto. Persino cose in più che non erano proprio legate al... cioè, erano legate al caso, ma non sembrava. Ma... è una lunga storia. Non sono molto in forma. Ti trattano così male, tutto il diritto di abbandonarlo, no? Non ti sentire... È quello che ripeto pure ad Ele. Sì, il gioco ha dato la mazzata, perché proprio è esattamente il dialogo che proprio è quello che stavo passando. Mm. E no, se non ti è neanche arrivato, a maggior ragione devi farti sentire. Mi spiace. Ti devo far vedere dalla mia partita che poi continua dalla chiesa. Grazie, Lucio. Fai solo se hai anche la responsabilità. Ma visto c'è un sacco di robe che sono bloccate se non fai... se non fai... se non hai certi pensieri o cose così. Tanto metto di qua che non credo che... non credo che beccherò altri giochi dove dovrò stare a sinistra. Ah, la banana. Ma è tornato. Ah no, no, ok, adesso l'ho capita le mate. Mi ha fatto l'orribile se poi. Ah beh sì, infatti. È inutile che ti stai appresso. È inutile. Mi scoccia mettermi a schermo intero perché sono abbastanza a merda.